Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the global Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
There's a new tone rising in West Africa, a tone that speaks of unity, reconciliation, and resistance, which is key for the entire Black race. And this time it's coming from the president of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, who recently made a call that he can't afford to ignore. So he was speaking at the West African Economic Summit in Abuja. And so President Boakai urged ECOWAS to keep the door open for Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, who has already formed AES. These three countries, they exited ECOWAS to form their own alliance, the AES. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a diplomatic appeal, right? But when you take a step back and you look at the bigger picture, it's actually much deeper than that. You see, it's a reminder that the power of West Africa and Africa at large lies not in how closely we actually align with the West, but in how united we are as a people. So whether you're in Ghana or in Guinea, you're in Accra or Atlanta, Monrovia, Montego Bay, wherever it is, our strength actually comes from community, not competition. And let's be honest, the very reason those three countries actually walked out of ECOWAS in the first place was because they were tired of being told what to do by outsiders. Because it's like, what does the West have to do with us? Right? They were tired of being told what to do by outsiders, by a system that hasn't always served African people first. They were tired of the double standards, the puppet diplomacy, and the illusion of independence that's been fed to African nations since the end of colonization. And so what President Boakai is suggesting, keeping the lines of dialogue open, it's not just about diplomacy, it's about healing a long-standing wound that's been deliberately kept open by global systems that benefit when Africa is divided. Because a divided Africa is a dependent Africa. But we see a united Africa, that's a global force. Now let's bring this closer to home. How does this actually tie into the Black experience globally? And I want to talk about that for a moment. Let's think about it. What do we see in Black communities around the world? Whether it's in the US, the UK, Brazil, or even South Africa. One of our biggest battles has always been fragmentation, right? Divided by colorism, divided by class, divided by borders that were drawn by colonizers. But there's a shift happening from Pan-African movements in the diaspora to leaders on the continent taking bold steps, like the formation of the AES bloc, or maybe this call for reconciliation for Liberia. You see, there's a growing awareness that if we do not unite, we will perish divided. Unfortunately, it's a scary truth, but it's the truth. So yes, the economic part of this conversation matters. Removing trade barriers, investing in infrastructure, implementing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. But what matters even more is the spirit actually behind it, right? Because true liberation doesn't come from policies alone. It comes from mindsets. A mindset that says Africa is not waiting for the world to fix it. The Black race is not begging for inclusion. We are creating new tables. We are drawing new maps. We are rewriting the script of our global identity. And I believe if more African leaders begin to embrace this mindset, not just with words, but with real political courage, we'll see the transformation that we've been fighting for so long, for generations. A transformation that will echo across continents and into the hearts of every Black child that is watching. Just think about this. Let it sink in. What are your thoughts about this? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. My name is Ify Igwe, reporting from Nigeria. It is the African Diaspora